Hi Pisces, welcome to your daily reading. I hope you're doing well. Oh, Four of Wands. Happy home, new job, promotion, reunions. Let's have a look and see what's coming up for you at the time you watch this video. Take what resonates, disregard the rest, never force anything to fit. And always feel free to check out any other video on the channel that you feel drawn to. Knight of Pentacles, something that you've been working towards, there's going to be some sort of achievement with it, accomplishment. And the Knight of Pentacles is something that usually involves a plan, a strategy, having to take things one step at a time. Okay, so that kind of situation is what is being highlighted for you. Feel free to watch your weekly that is posted. Stay tuned for a love focus, a work and money focus, another you versus them. Thank you all for your likes and your shares and your beautiful comments, and everyone saying hi to Charlie. I have two boys, two cats, boy cats. Charlie and Harvey, they are brothers. They're adorable and a handful, as cats are. You've seen Charlie a lot recently. So thank you all for saying hi to him and saying how cute he is and all that. I agree. All right, Pisces, what's going on? Two of Swords, Five of Swords. I was going to say adding up to the Seven of Swords, and here it is. Yeah, there's a plan, a strategy. This could be someone external to you, so you didn't know they were working on this. You didn't know they had this plan that they were following with you. So there could also be some sort of action being taken, but some sort of, it involves also a feeling of, oh, I didn't know that was even happening. I didn't know those were your intentions. And for others of you, it's just saying it's time to stop procrastinating. You have a good plan, you have a good strategy. It's just time to just get going with it, or to keep going with it. So if you have if you feel hurt about something, or you've hit a snag, this is telling you just trust the plan, stick to the plan. You will have accomplishment with it. Because you might be disappointed or angry about something not going your way. But this is telling you this isn't the final result. Just keep going, okay? Just keep at it, because you're going to have accomplishment. Could be something needs to be bypassed, or yeah, the Fool with the Sun, and the Hangman with the Ace of Cups. There's going to be some sort of reveal, Pisces, coming your way, some clarity. Someone taking a chance and offering you something with the Ace of Cups. And again, it's something that has been stuck, stagnant. Let's see. Let's pull some cards. What's going on for Pisces? This is the Hush Tarot deck. For those of you who are interested. You could, the feeling of reveal and surprise could come from the fact that this is something you've already given up on or turned your back on. I get that as well. So here we have the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck again. I feel like this is your energy, Pisces. You're annoyed about something. You're frustrated and annoyed because something didn't go to plan, or something is not going the way you thought it would or thought it should. Your expectations aren't being met. People are getting on your nerves. Okay. And that could be to do with someone else being particularly difficult, and you're like, I can't be dealing with this, and yet you have to for a plan that you got going on, right? So it's like, I don't want to be dealing with this, so I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated, but I have to keep going, right? They're the only person I got, right? So let's see. Yeah, see, current situation, we have the Devil. So you feel stuck and frustrated because someone else is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So if someone needs to be processing your request, they're taking forever, and you're like, can you just do your job? Like, you're very frustrated about how someone is doing things or not doing things. because it ties your hand. Until they do what they have to do, your hands are tied. And that's a frustrating place to be, Pisces. Queen of Cups in the challenge position. You could be dealing with another water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We also have Capricorn energy here. But also in the challenge position with the Queen of Cups, this could also represent you just waiting and constantly checking. Has something changed? Did the status of that change? Has that been updated? You know, that's the feeling that I'm getting. And every time you check and it's not been updated or nothing's changed, you get more and more frustrated and annoyed with it. In the foundation, we have the King of Swords. For some of you, this is a legal matter and it's taken forever. For others of you, this is paperwork that has to be processed. Even if it's an application or it's anything to do with contracts, documentation of any kind. Or someone who just has to approve something, right? So that it can keep going through the approval chain and all the way to where it needs to go, right? And someone is taking their sweet time or not doing it the way you thought they should be doing, or not just sticking to the process. But the bottom line is, until they do what they need to do and they say what they need to say, you are stuck in this place and in this situation. Recent past, we have the Ten of Wands. This has been going on for some time, Pisces. It could be to do with moving for some of you. It could be to do with job change. It could be to do with promotion and just making sure everything goes through the system properly, and this person is just taking their sweet time. It could be with someone else having to make a decision when it comes to you and they're not doing it. And this is something that you've either invested a lot of time, energy, and effort into. So it's like, I don't really want to be walking away from this, but you're bringing me to that point where I'm close to just throwing my hands up in the air and being like, forget about it. I don't care. I don't want it. On the mind, we have the Page of Cups. So this is where you're waiting to hear the news, the confirmation, a message from this person, a conversation to take place. That's what you're thinking of. That's what you're focused on. That's what you're hoping comes out of this. So let's see what's going on today. We have the Wheel. Well, we have change. We have progress. Okay, another 10. We have the Empress and the Page of Wands. Okay, okay. So the communication is coming in. It's good news with the Empress and the Page of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. And here's Harvey. He's like, did you say my name? Yes, Mommy. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Okay. Not with your butt. Okay. So, yeah, you've got a message coming in. Something is changing. Something is changing with the Wheel of Fortune and the Empress talking about growth and expansion. Yes, Mommy. Yes, you're adorable. Yes, you're very cute. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. It's going to be online communication for some of you. For others of you, I see just getting the paperwork in the mail, okay, or the documentation or something in your inbox. I get a sense of it's not coming the way you expect it to. So if it's a portal where you have to, where you can go and check the status of an application, I feel like that hasn't been updated in a while, but the application has been processed. It has been going through. They just didn't update the system, right? If it's that kind of like where you check your Amazon to see what's going on with your parcel and it's still processing or it's been dispatched and you have no further updates, and then you get it in the mail. You go outside and there it is, and then a couple of hours later they update all the statuses, right? It's that kind of situation that I'm seeing for some of you. So if you're waiting for an in-person conversation, they're going to call, text, email, or vice versa, right? So just keep an open mind, because the Wheel talks about something being different than what you expected, and I feel like it's to do with how you're receiving the communication, the messages, the outcome of whatever the situation is, okay? Because it feels like you're behind, or they're behind on updating things, but they have been working on them. They just haven't told you, basically. You're not in the loop, basically. All right? But the good news is, it is getting done. It is getting unstuck. There is success there. It's just, you're going to need a minute to calm down. And I'm right there with you, Pisces. Because you're all worked up about this. Because it's like, this is ridiculous. Like, how long do you need? Like, seriously. Because you don't see them working on it. You don't see what's going on because they're not keeping you in the loop. They're not keeping you updated somehow, right? And then all of a sudden you'll be done. And so the first reaction, you'll still be annoyed. But then you'll just have to breathe and be like, okay, well, it's done. At least it's done. Wasn't done the right way. You didn't follow process, but at least it's done, right? And I can just keep going with my plan. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, that's not. Okay. So let's clarify for Pisces, because yeah, that's the devil in the current situation. We have the Hermit. Yeah, you're like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. My hands are tied. There's nothing I can do about this. It's not something I can control. Okay. I just have to wait and keep checking. That's the only option I have. Has something changed? Has something moved along? Have there been any updates? But I got no clue what's going on. And it's very frustrating, Pisces. Very, very frustrating. And I get it. Okay? For some, you could also be dealing with an earth sign. We have Virgo and Capricorn here. The Queen of Cups in the challenge position. Temperance. Listen. Pisces Temperance one more time. I'm kidding. Well, I'm kidding. But when you're already frustrated with how long things are taking, and you see Temperance talking about divine timing, and you'll come together when it's meant to, you just roll your eyes and you feel like you want to punch something, don't you, Pisces? Yes. But that's the challenge. That's the whole point of this. Is what do you do when nothing is in your control? What do you do when everything takes time? There's a lesson here in terms of how to stay productive and constructive in times when you don't have any control over the situation. And so it's going to be moving slowly. How to allow for things to happen in their own way, in their own time, while at the same time you focusing on something productive rather than getting annoyed and frustrated. And I know it's difficult. But that's the challenge, okay? A Sagittarius could be a challenge as well. The King of Swords in the foundation of the Ten of Cups. For some of you, I do feel like this is waiting for someone's divorce to be final and it's just not happening. And you're like, you know what? This is too much. It's too difficult. I don't want to be dealing with this situation. Because the devil is a complicated situation. It's a bit of a mess, if I'm going to be honest with you. Right? Too many people involved, petty arguments and fighting, dealing with a bully, dealing with several bullies, and you're like, do I really want to be dealing with that? Because it's like if you're trying to date someone who is trying to get out of a relationship, like a toxic relationship, or trying to get out and finalize a divorce, you know, you're getting involved. Like, it's going to touch you somehow. There's no way you can stay completely out of it. And you've already been dealing with it for a while. Well, this person needed to do what they need to do, and you're like, why am I dealing with this? And you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And why am I bringing this chaos to my life when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing? You know, you said it wasn't going to be this way. You said it wasn't always going to be this way. You said it was just around the corner that things are going to be finalized. So what the hell? Right? Or what's taking you so long to decide? Like, what do you mean? You know? Or they've already told you that, yeah, they choose you. And then you're like, okay, so what are you doing about it? What's up? What's going on? But yeah, either you're waiting for someone to follow a process that's been established, or you're waiting for someone to get out of a long-term thing, or for someone else to be removed from the long-term thing. If it's like a job situation and they have to exit someone first before they can bring you in, you're like, what is taking so long? Or a promotion and they have to do the transfers of things on the system and access and whatever, and you're saying, what is taking so long? I'm basically doing 2 jobs. It's not official anywhere. I don't even know if I want this anymore, right? Ten of Wands in the recent past. Eight of Wands. There has been movement recently. There's been some communication which got you excited and hopeful again. And then silence. I get like very hot and cold energy with this, or something that progresses in bursts, in jumps. Nothing for a long time, then something, like a lot of something. Then nothing for a long time, then a lot of something. And you're like, I can't deal with this. It gives me whiplash. So now you're questioning if you even want to deal with this at all. Page of Cups on the mind. We have the King of Pentacles. So hoping that something finally stabilizes. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy again. Hoping for confirmation of a job, confirmation of a new source of income, confirmation of whatever this is in your life. There's going to be a source of stability. And that could be financial, emotional, whatever. That's what you're hoping to hear about. That achievement, that accomplishment, that it's something is finalized. So let's clarify the Wheel, the Empress, and the Page of Wands. We have the Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Look at all these twos, one after the other. Wow. Yeah, I feel like someone had to make a choice. And they weren't making it, and you got to the point where you're like, I don't want it, I don't care, like I can't be doing this. If it takes you this long to figure out that I'm the freaking Empress, male or female, then you don't know who I am, and you're not going to know how to value me. So you were like, nah, I'm done with the 2 10s here. No. And this could be a continuation of yesterday's reading where someone was trying to talk to you after you'd already turned your back because they weren't taking you seriously, and you were telling them, I'm done, no thank you, what's your name? I don't know who you are anymore. And I feel like for some of you it could be the same person, like insisting and following up and showing you, trying to convince you to give them another chance. But I feel like if that's the case, it's for those of you where they just dealt with a lot of confusion. They weren't games, and they weren't making jokes about it, and they weren't like mistreating you and disrespecting you in any way. It's just that they were taking too long to decide. For those of you, is what I'm seeing here with progress in that direction. Okay, taking too long to decide. 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, and you got you annoyed, 5 of Swords, because you said, if you don't see that I'm the Empress, then clearly you're not going to know how to treat me. But with the 2 of Cups, well, 3 twos, one after the other, there is some sort of coming together. There is some sort of union. There is some sort of partnership that is being officialized, formalized. Is officialized the word? I think so, yes. Okay. Sometimes I hear some words, man, and I'm like, I don't even know who says that. But there you go. What else for Pisces? 6 of Pentacles, Justice, and the 10 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, here's the something being finalized. Okay, Justice is naked, so I'm just going to have to do that. An ending is finalized. And with the 6 of Pentacles, this does talk about like court proceedings or something being made official, made formal in writing, splitting assets, moving out, changing names, changing statuses. It is happening. It is happening. Okay. But I just feel like it took a long time, to the point where you almost like just said, you know what, never mind, I don't want it, I don't care, I can't be dealing with this. Okay. Or someone who's just so confused as to what they wanted to do, or if it's not what, it's the how and when they were going to implement whatever they were planning to do. And you said, listen, if it's that much of a bother for you, if it's that much of an issue, then I don't want it. I don't want it. Ace of Wands under the 7 of Swords. Yeah, someone just had to take action with something they had been planning and envisioning and imagining. They just had to do it, and they weren't doing it. Page of Swords, holding back, hesitating. Three of Wands, because it was a big change. Eight of Pentacles, it came down to money for some of you. Seven of Cups, they were procrastinating, taking a chance, taking a leap. But here's that Fool with the Sun again, where it's happening. It's finally happening. And if it's not someone procrastinating and it's just something slowly moving through a system, or the government or departments or whatever this is, courts, then it's finally happening. It is coming in just as you're getting ready to say F it. Okay? But it is coming in. The contract is coming in. The official communication is coming in. The settlement is coming in. A union is formed. A partnership can be formed. I also feel like the news and the communication might come at a time you don't expect, i.e. when you've already given up on this for some, or in a way you don't expect. You're checking your email, but it's going to come in the post. You're checking the post, but they're going to phone you up and tell you, I don't know, you know, so just keep an open mind. But yeah, just know that it's happening. And yeah, I get a feeling of, I don't even know how I feel about this. Just give me a minute. Yes, it's good news, but I don't know. I was kind of over it. So I just need to figure out if I want to get back into it or not. I feel like for some of you, that's what you're now having to decide. Three of Cups, celebration. Ace of Pentacles, solid offer, new beginning, opportunity, the Emperor. Someone got their ish together. But with the Four of Cups, you're like, Four of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Four of Wands again. You're like, I don't know. I don't know if I want this anymore. If this is what I had to go through for it, I don't know if I want it anymore. You know? Now, obviously, if it's a contract, if it's a home or a loan or a mortgage, you're like, yeah, fine, whatever. I'm not impressed, but at least I got what I wanted and I can carry on with my life. If it's a person that you kind of already turned your back on, because it's like, listen, if you don't recognize what's in front of you, what I'm offering you, what is that? What is that? Oh, for God's sake. Seriously? Yeah. If you don't recognize what I'm offering you, if you have to think about it for this long, but yeah, if you don't recognize what's in front of you, then you're not going to know how to treat it anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's like offering someone the opportunity of a lifetime, but they don't recognize it. So therefore, they're not going to appreciate it. They're not going to value it. They're not going to make the most of it. Do you know what I mean? They'll just treat it like anything else. So you're saying, if it took you that long, then you don't know what to do with it, and that's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't hurt yourself. But you did see the Emperor. So I do feel like someone got a wake-up call, maybe with that door going off now, with the doorbell, door, intercom, whatever. And they're like, oh, okay. And it's just like, it hit them and they're doing everything. Again, I get that feeling of nothing happening for a long time, then a lot happening, then nothing happening, then a lot happening. And it could be because of someone's indecision, because of someone, but it was like growing pains in a way for someone. And now you're just having to decide if you still want this thing, if you still want this person. I'm not getting, again, this is not the person who was playing games with you. If they were playing games with you, you're over it, you're done with it. I don't see you looking back. This is someone who just took a long time to figure out what they wanted to do. It took them a while to recognize what you were offering. And then it took them a while to figure out what they wanted to do about it. And then it took them another while to figure out when they were going to do it and actually do it. And that's why you saw different bursts at different times of activity and then nothing. Okay? So you're just going to have to figure out how you feel about this if you still want this person. They are getting out of something. It's done. It's official. But I feel like you're going to have to make up your own mind, depending on what happened in the circumstance. If they disrespected you in any way, or they were just being confused and unintentionally kind of disrespected you, you're just going to have to figure out how you feel about it. Let's see, Oracle energy and advice for Pisces. Oracle energy and advice for Pisces. Bottom of the deck, we have beware. Be careful who you trust at this time, number 3. So you feel slightly betrayed here because you feel like you put your trust into someone or something to do what they're supposed to be doing, to do what they said they would do, to follow their process, to do their job, whatever the situation is. And you feel like you got taken advantage of. You feel like they use that against you somehow. We have Dragonfly, number 8. Have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. Flowers, be generous. Success and emotional fulfillment are yours, number 11. This person could be bringing you flowers. You could be seeing dragonflies or confirmation, even frogs. And that could be actual dragonflies and frogs, or it could be images or on the TV or whatever. And Phoenix, 25. Be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. If you still want this, I feel like for you, you're 99% done with this. Especially if it's an emotional matter, okay? If it involves, if it's like on a personal level for you. If it's a person, friend, family member, partner who was trying to get their stuff together, ex who was trying to get their stuff together, someone who you were trying to date, but they were in a bit of a mess that they had to sort out and they weren't doing it. You were mostly done, 99.9% done with that person. But there's going to be a renewal. I really feel like someone got a wake-up call. I really feel like it, but it'll be up to you, because obviously these are general. It'll be up to you to figure out, talk to the person, gauge for yourself, because you'll be able to tell, you'll be able to know if they actually grew up, if they actually got their stuff together, or if it's just talk, no action again, okay? Or you could tell them to just go kick rocks because they took too long. You could also do that. Depends how you feel in the moment. I don't know. You don't know this person anything, Pisces. You've given them plenty of time. You've shown them patience like no other and understanding like no other, but even you have your limits. So you're fully entitled to tell them to kick rocks. Just putting that out there. If it's anything to do with money matters, job, processing paperwork, applications going through, registering something, dealing with the government, dealing with corporations, institutions, things you applied for, whatever this is, that is also coming in. And obviously with that, you're not going to turn your back on it and say, you know what, I don't want this mortgage anymore. You'll be like, I'm not impressed with how long this took and how the fact that you did not follow process and the fact that you did not keep me updated. However, I'm glad it's done. Thank you. I can move on with it now. Okay, so it's like, it's one of them. Let's see your oracle from the Oracle of the Shapeshifters for Pisces when it comes to this situation. Oracle, that one. Snake Princess, the Serpentine Path to Power, number 42. Something is transforming, something is being given a new life. Elizabeth and the Lion, it is time to become a great leader, another 2 with 20. The Delicate Fairy and her ferrets. Change is natural, good, and yes, it can hurt. Number 24. There's definitely movement. There's definitely progression with something that I just feel like you were making your peace with the fact that it's never going to happen because you were annoyed about it. Pose brave flight. You will not let fear stop you at this time. 26, setting up to an 8. And again, here's that communication, arrival, delivery, the news, okay, is coming in. But I feel like you're just going to have to figure out what you want to do with it because you're annoyed about it. And depending on the circumstance, you're either going to turn your back on it and make sure it stays turned, or you're annoyed about it. However, at least it's done and we can move on now. It'll be different for all of you. Okay? I feel you, Pisces. Trust me. I'm right there with you. Okay? Let's move on and do your yes or no question. So this is where you pause the video, you think of your question, phrase it in a way that you need a yes or no answer, and choose a number between 1 and 3. Since we're being very specific, I recommend you choose one number, but you always trust your own discernment and guidance. Whatever you feel drawn to do, that's what you should do. If the additional messages don't make sense to you, don't take them, or consider them. Maybe it's a completely different perspective that's being offered to you that would take you to your answer. And even if the messages don't make sense to you, if the answer doesn't make sense to you, the yes or the no, it doesn't resonate, it doesn't hit home for you, it doesn't feel right, like, you know what I mean? Don't take it. These are still general at the end of the day, all right? So let's see, is it a yes or a no for Pisces? 1, 2, 3. Okay, if you chose number 1, your answer is yes. Whatever you've been waiting on and waiting for is coming. It might have taken a long time because it's coming from a distance, or someone had to overcome challenges and obstacles to come your way, but it's happening. Expect arrivals and deliveries with this energy here. And if you made a decision to walk away from something, take a chance on something new, something different, something you haven't done before, or a way of doing things you haven't tried before, that is confirmation that that's the right way to do it. That's you're on the right track. If you chose number 2, your answer is yes. Okay, fire sign energy here, Aries, Leo, Sag, could be relevant, doesn't have to be. I get a feeling of you getting news or something happening that renews your confidence and it renews your faith in yourself or in something you're trying to achieve. This is also go out, socialize, mingle with people, because you're receiving a lot of attention at this time, so make sure you use it to your advantage, okay? So promote yourself, plaster the world with your service or your product or what it is that you're trying to achieve. Sell yourself at this point, obviously, in terms of what you can do, do your skills, your talents, you know what I mean, right? Sell yourself. Not literally, but you know what I mean. And if you chose number 3, your answer is yes. We have yeses across the board again. Especially if you're dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, there's some sort of achievement or fulfillment there. There's a yes answer. There's confirmation coming your way, getting something that you wanted, okay, because this could be your energy as well. I also see a helping hand or an intermediary of sorts stepping in and helping you reach your goal faster with this energy as well, if that makes sense. Okay, I also see like good news in terms of travel. So I don't know if someone's telling you they got approved to come, like visa or travel documentation or paperwork or any kind, so they can come see you, or vice versa, okay? But yeah, Pisces, that is what I have for you today. What a reading, man. What a reading. And I'm right there with you, Pisces. It depends on the circumstance and how this person handled things, right? If it's process related or anything to do with government or institutions or anything like that, you know, obviously you'll be like, well, I'm not impressed. You didn't follow process. However, at least it's done. I can carry on. But if it's on a personal level, it depends what this person did and how they handled things, because if it flat out disrespected you, and now they're trying to tell you that they've changed, well, you know what I mean? It's like, well, it could be a case of too little, too late. You're dealing with an empress. If you didn't know how to treat the empress, I'm not going to teach you, sorry. You know, I'm not going to hold your hand. Like, I worked very hard to be where I am, to be who I am, and I respect myself. So if you don't respect me enough, you don't have to have me in your life. End of story, right? I'm not going to teach you. I'm not going to play games with you. I'm not going to, you know. If there was none of that, no games, no disrespect, no deceit, no nothing, and it was just someone who was genuinely struggling to figure things out for themselves, I don't know, you might give them another chance. It depends, right? Comment and let me know, okay? But yeah, that's what I have. Thank you for being here with me and sharing your energy with me. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.